When you look at your life right now, ask yourself a simple question. Are you proud of the person staring back at you in the mirror? Most people will avoid that question because deep down they know the truth. They're not giving their best. They've allowed weakness, laziness, and comfort to chain them down, pretending tomorrow will somehow be different. But tomorrow never changes unless you do. Discipline is not a word. It's a choice, a lifestyle, a war you fight every single day with the weaker version of yourself. The reason you feel lost, the reason you feel stuck is because you've been letting your feelings run your life. You hit snooze because you're tired. You skip the workout because you don't feel like it. You waste hours scrolling because it's easier than building something real. But here's the truth. Your feelings will betray you. Your excuses will destroy you, and your comfort will bury you alive. Discipline is the weapon that cuts through all of it. Discipline is what separates the ordinary from the unstoppable. When you master discipline, you don't just control your actions, you control your destiny. Discipline is stronger than motivation because motivation is a feeling, and feelings are fragile. One moment you are fired up, inspired, ready to conquer the world, and the next moment you wake up tired, unmotivated, and unwilling to move. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the weather. You cannot build a life, a business, a body, or a legacy on something that is so unstable. Discipline, on the other hand, is built on commitment. It is the decision to act regardless of how you feel. It is the promise you make to yourself and keep even when no one is watching. Motivation might get you started, but only discipline will carry you through the days when everything inside you screams to quit. People who depend on motivation never last long. They go to the gym for a week, then skip when they don't feel like it. They study for a few days, then get distracted the moment their interest fades. They start projects with excitement, but abandon them halfway when challenges arrive. Discipline doesn't ask if you feel like it. It demands action no matter what. That's why disciplined people achieve what the motivated ones only dream about. Discipline is what wakes you up at 5 a.m. when the bed feels like heaven and your body begs for more sleep. Discipline is what keeps you grinding through the late nights while everyone else is wasting time chasing pleasure. Discipline is the quiet, relentless force that builds champions, leaders, and unstoppable individuals. It's not glamorous. It's not exciting, but it works because consistency beats intensity. You can train hard once when you feel motivated, but discipline makes you train every day, whether you're inspired or not. That's how progress is made, through repetition, through showing up, through the habit of refusing to quit. Motivation can make you feel good, but discipline makes you powerful. When you are disciplined, your actions are not controlled by your moods. You don't skip the workout because you're tired. You don't abandon your goals because you're frustrated. You don't give up because progress feels slow. You do what needs to be done every single time because that's who you are. Discipline builds character, and character builds success. The truth is, life will test you with resistance. There will be days when nothing goes right, when failure beats you down, when progress feels invisible. In those moments, motivation will not save you. You will not feel inspired. You will not feel strong. You will feel broken. And that is when discipline steps in. Discipline whispers, get up, keep going. One more step. Discipline doesn't care about how heavy the weight feels or how far the road stretches. It only cares that you continue to move forward. That's why discipline outlives motivation. It carries you when feelings abandon you. Think about the most successful people in any field. They're not always motivated. They don't wake up every day excited to work, but they are disciplined. And that's why they achieve extraordinary results. They built habits that run on autopilot. Their consistency compounds over time until success becomes unavoidable. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen your willpower. Every time you do the hard thing instead of the easy one, you grow tougher. Over months and years, those small choices add up to massive transformation. Motivation may spark change, but discipline sustains it and turns it into a lifestyle. Without discipline, dreams remain fantasies. With discipline, dreams become reality. It doesn't matter if you feel like it or not. Feelings are irrelevant. What matters is action. Action fueled by discipline creates results, and results fuel confidence. Once you see what consistency can do, you will never again rely on fleeting emotions. Discipline is freedom. Freedom from regret. Freedom from weakness. Freedom from living below your potential. Motivation might make you feel good in the moment, but discipline makes you proud for a lifetime. Excuses are lies disguised as comfort. And they are the most dangerous lies because you tell them to yourself. You convince yourself that you cannot do something because of your circumstances, your lack of time, your lack of resources, or your feelings. These excuses feel safe, they feel justified, they give you a reason to stay where you are, but deep down, you know they are lies. You know that the real reason you didn't wake up early, the real reason you skipped the gym, the real reason you didn't start that business or work on that dream is not because you couldn't. It's because you chose comfort over growth. Excuses are the chains that keep you trapped in mediocrity. They protect you from the discomfort of effort, but they also rob you of the pride of progress. Every time you make an excuse, you trade your future for temporary relief. You escape responsibility for a moment, but you pay for it with regret later. Comfort whispers lies like you'll do it tomorrow, you're too tired, you've already worked hard enough, and it doesn't matter if you skip just once. But once becomes twice, twice becomes habit, and habit becomes identity. Before you realize it, you've built a life full of reasons instead of results. Excuses disguise themselves as fairness. You tell yourself that life has been hard, that you deserve a break, that others had it easier, that the odds are stacked against you. But excuses don't change the odds, they only guarantee failure. Success has never been about perfect conditions. It has always been about the refusal to let conditions decide your effort. The truth is, someone with less time than you, less money than you, less support than you has already achieved what you're still making excuses for. The difference is not circumstances, it's accountability. They refuse to lie to themselves. They chose discipline over comfort, action over excuses. Every excuse you make digs a deeper hole for you. It feels harmless in the moment, but it becomes a pattern. When you lie to yourself often enough, you start to believe it. You start thinking you are the victim of circumstances instead of the commander of your choices. That is when excuses become deadly. They don't just stop your actions, they weaken your mindset. And once the mind is poisoned with excuses, it will justify every failure as fate instead of responsibility. The hardest truth to accept is that excuses are just comfort dressed as logic. They sound reasonable, but they are nothing more than permission to stay weak. The alarm goes off and you say, I didn't sleep enough, I need more rest. That is comfort lying to you. You say, I don't have the right equipment to work out. Another lie. You say, I'll start when things are less stressful. Another lie. The right time will never come. The right conditions will never appear. The only right moment is now. Comfort is seductive because it's easy. It asks nothing of you, but takes everything from you. It steals your dreams, your potential, your greatness, and it leaves you with regret. Years from now, you will not remember the nights you stayed comfortable, but you will feel the pain of knowing you could have been more. Excuses will not protect you from regret. They will create it. If you truly want to change your life, you must destroy excuses at the root. Call them out for what they are, lies. Don't let them pass unchecked. When your mind whispers comfort, answer with truth. Say, I don't need more sleep. I need more discipline. Say, I don't need perfect conditions. I need consistent effort. Say, I don't need to wait. I need to start now. The moment you stop believing your excuses, you become unstoppable because you stop giving yourself a way out. Excuses are the escape doors of the weak. Close every door. Give yourself no option but to follow through. Growth only comes when you burn the bridges to comfort and force yourself to face the challenge. It will hurt. It will feel unfair. It will test every part of you, but that pain will shape you. That struggle will elevate you. That fight will build you. Excuses cannot survive in the presence of truth, and the truth is simple. You are capable of far more than your comfort tells you. Stop lying to yourself. Stop settling for less. Stop trading your future for excuses. Choose responsibility. Choose effort. Choose truth. And you will rise above every limitation. Every small discipline choice builds unshakable strength, because strength is not created in a single moment of greatness, but in thousands of tiny decisions that most people overlook. People often believe success is born out of massive actions, huge leaps, or extraordinary bursts of motivation, but the reality is different. True power comes from the daily choices you make when nobody is watching. It's waking up when you don't want to. It's saying no to distractions. It's choosing work over comfort. It's eating clean when junk food tempts you. It's putting in the extra hour when you feel like quitting. These choices look small in isolation, but over time, they become the foundation of unshakable discipline and mental toughness. Think about it. Every time you make the harder choice, you are proving to yourself that you are stronger than your impulses. You are teaching your mind that you are in control, not your emotions, not your laziness, not your excuses. This is how inner strength is built. One decision at a time. Most people underestimate the compounding power of small acts. They think skipping one workout doesn't matter. Eating one bad meal won't make a difference. Wasting 1 hour on nonsense won't affect them. But it does. Because the moment you give in once, it becomes easier to give in again. The opposite is also true. The moment you choose discipline once, it becomes easier to choose it again. That repetition turns into habit, and habit turns into identity. Soon, you are no longer someone who struggles with discipline. You are discipline. You don't have to think about whether or not to show up, because showing up has become who you are. And that is when strength becomes unshakable, because it's no longer effort. It's your nature. The secret is in consistency. Doing the right thing once means nothing if you don't repeat it. But when you repeat it every day, even when it's boring, even when it's painful, you forge resilience. You harden your mind. You build confidence that cannot be taken away. Why? Because you've proven to yourself over and over again that you can rely on your own word, that self-trust is the ultimate form of strength. Life will test you with resistance. Challenges, failures, losses, they will come. If you've built no foundation of discipline, these storms will break you. But if you've been making small disciplined choices every single day, you will stand unshaken. You will endure because you've already trained yourself to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. This is why small choices matter more than grand gestures. Big moments are rare, but small choices happen every day. If you only wait for motivation, you'll fail most of the time. But if you master the small daily battles, you win the war long before the big challenges even arrive. Think of strength as a wall. Each disciplined choice is a brick. By itself, one brick seems insignificant. But as you place brick after brick, day after day, you create a fortress no force can tear down. Skip the bricks and your wall collapses. Lay them consistently and your wall becomes indestructible. That is unshakable strength, not built in one moment, but forged over time through persistence. The beauty of this truth is that anyone can apply it. You don't need to be special, talented, or lucky. You just need to choose discipline in the small things. Wake up earlier. Train when you don't feel like it. Do the extra work. Avoid the easy path. Stick to your commitments. These decisions will feel small, but in reality, they're shaping the future version of you. Stronger, sharper, unstoppable. Most people will never realize this because they are addicted to comfort and instant gratification. They want results without sacrifice, rewards without discipline, greatness without struggle. But life doesn't work that way. You cannot cheat the process. Every shortcut you take robs you of strength. Every compromise makes you weaker. Every excuse slows your growth. The only path to becoming unshakable is through consistent, disciplined action. Every rep you do in the gym when tired, every page you read when distracted, every hour you put into your craft when uninspired, those are the moments that matter most. They are invisible victories, but they accumulate into undeniable success. Strength is not found in doing the easy things. Strength is forged in the fire of discipline, in the choice to do what's necessary over what's comfortable. One disciplined choice will not transform your life overnight, but repeated daily, it will transform you into someone unrecognizable. A person others admire, fear, and respect because they see the power you've built within yourself. That's the power of small disciplined choices. They seem insignificant, but they build an identity that no hardship can break. That is what makes strength unshakable. Discipline turns pain into power and struggle into success because discipline changes the way you see challenges. Most people run from pain. They see discomfort as punishment, they see failure as a signal to stop, and they see struggle as a sign they are not meant for greatness. But the disciplined mindset sees things differently. Pain becomes fuel, struggle becomes training, and every setback becomes a stepping stone. Discipline rewires your perspective so that instead of avoiding hardship, you embrace it and transform it into strength. Pain is not the enemy, it is the teacher. Every time you endure pain with discipline, you grow. Think about building muscle in the gym. The very process of growth comes from tearing the fibers through resistance. Without the pain of lifting heavy, there is no progress. The same applies to life. the pain of long nights working, the pain of sacrifice, the pain of rejection. All of it, when handled with discipline, molds you into someone stronger than you were yesterday. Discipline ensures you don't run when it hurts, but lean into it because you know growth lives there. Struggle too is not a curse. It's an invitation to rise. Life will put obstacles in your path. You will face setbacks, failures, and losses. The undisciplined break under these weights because they expect things to be easy. But the disciplined you struggle as a gym for the soul. Every obstacle becomes a workout for resilience. Every failure becomes data for improvement. Every rejection becomes redirection. Discipline refuses to let struggle go to waste. It extracts lessons, builds character, and transforms obstacles into opportunities. This is how struggle becomes success. The path to greatness is paved with difficulties, and discipline ensures you keep walking even when your legs burn, even when your heart is heavy, even when your mind screams to stop. Discipline turns suffering into strength, because it gives purpose to pain. Without discipline, pain feels meaningless. You quit, you complain, you see yourself as a victim, but with discipline, you endure with intention. You know every sacrifice is an investment. Every hardship is building a version of you that comfort never could. Discipline allows you to see the bigger picture, to push beyond the temporary suffering for the eternal reward. That's why champions, leaders, and high achievers all share one thing. They have trained their discipline to such a level that they embrace pain instead of running from it. Success never comes from ease. Ease breeds weakness. Struggle breeds greatness. The harder the path, the stronger the person it creates. Discipline is the bridge that carries you across that path without quitting. Think about the moments in your life where you truly grew. They were not the easy times. They were the moments you were tested. The moments you doubted yourself, the moments you had to fight through adversity. Those moments hurt, but looking back, they are the ones that shaped you. That is discipline in action, using pain as a sculptor, using struggle as a forge. Discipline takes what others fear and turns it into a weapon. Where others break under pressure, the discipline rise. Where others see defeat, the discipline see training. Where others stop, the discipline keep going. This relentless mindset ensures that no matter how many struggles you face, they eventually transform into stepping stones toward your success. Success is not the absence of struggle. It is the mastery of it. And mastery only comes through discipline. Every successful story you admire is written in chapters of pain and struggle, but disciplined action turned those chapters into triumph. Discipline doesn't make life easier, but it makes you tougher, and toughness creates power. It turns every painful mile into endurance, every difficult choice into strength, every rejection into determination. That is how pain becomes power. It hardens you, sharpens you, and arms you for the battles ahead. Discipline is the translator between suffering and achievement. Without it, pain just hurts. With it, pain transforms you. Without it, struggle just breaks you. With it, struggle builds you. Discipline ensures that nothing is wasted, that every tear, every scar, every ounce of sweat contributes to your rise. When you embrace this, you become unstoppable because nothing life throws at you can defeat you. Instead of asking for an easier life, you train for a stronger back. Instead of hoping struggles disappear, you build discipline to endure them until they turn into success. That is the ultimate transformation. Discipline making you a weapon forged by fire, pain, and struggle, unstoppable in your pursuit of greatness. Without discipline, dreams remain illusions because dreams without consistent action are nothing more than fantasies. Everyone dreams. Everyone imagines themselves living a better life, achieving greatness, earning wealth, building success, or creating change. But very few are willing to do the hard, unglamorous, relentless work required to make those dreams real. That is the dividing line between those who achieve and those who only imagine. Dreams feel good. They give hope. They provide a vision of what could be, but they are powerless without discipline. Discipline is the force that turns ideas into action, action into habits, and habits into results. Without it, your dreams will live in your mind forever, teasing you with what might have been, but never becoming your reality. This is why so many people die with regret. They had dreams, but they never built the discipline to pursue them consistently. They waited for the right time. They waited for motivation. They waited for conditions to be perfect. But waiting is just another name for procrastination, and procrastination kills more dreams than failure ever could. Discipline doesn't wait. Discipline acts now. with what you have, where you are, no matter how you feel. That is how dreams begin to materialize. Dreams demand sacrifice, and discipline is the tool that makes sacrifice possible. If you dream of a strong body but lack discipline, you will skip workouts and indulge in excuses until years pass and nothing changes. If you dream of financial freedom but lack discipline, you will waste money on impulses instead of investing in building. If you dream of building a business but lack discipline, you will quit at the first obstacle, leaving your dream half finished. Dreams don't die because they are impossible. They die because people refuse to practice discipline long enough to see them through. Discipline gives structure to vision. A dream without a plan is a wish. A plan without discipline is just words. But a plan executed daily with discipline becomes unstoppable momentum. That momentum is what transforms illusions into tangible results. Every great achievement you see today once lived in someone's imagination. The difference is they had the discipline to breathe life into that imagination through consistent, often painful action. Without discipline, dreams remain illusions that make you feel good but also haunt you. They comfort you at night when you imagine what life could be, but they torment you in the morning when you realize you haven't moved closer to them. They become reminders of what you wanted but never achieved, not because you couldn't, but because you didn't. Dreams without discipline are dangerous because they can trick you into believing you're progressing when you're not. Talking about your goals, visualizing them, posting motivational quotes, none of that builds reality. Only disciplined, repeated effort does. You can spend years dreaming and still end up with nothing because dreams alone cannot build a legacy. Discipline forces you to wake up earlier, to work longer, to push harder, to stay focused when distractions tempt you. Discipline doesn't care about your moods. It doesn't care if you're tired, bored, or uninspired. It demands action anyway. And that is exactly what dreams need to survive. They need you to protect them with discipline, to feed them with effort, to water them with sacrifice. Otherwise, they wither and die. Dreams without discipline are like seeds never planted. They might have potential, but they will never grow. You can hold on to them forever, but they will remain what they are, possibilities, not realities. But when you combine a dream with daily discipline, it grows roots, it grows strength, and it begins to bear fruit. That is the power of discipline. It gives your dream life. Every day you show up, even when it's hard, you are proving that your dream is not just an illusion, but a mission. And with time, the mission becomes reality. The most painful thing in life is not failing at your dream, but realizing you never had the discipline to even try. Failure teaches lessons, but inaction only leaves regret. Discipline protects you from that regret by ensuring you give your all. You may not control every outcome, but you can control your effort. And when you live with discipline, you can stand tall knowing you turned your dream into something real instead of letting it remain an illusion. So understand this. Dreaming is not enough. Wishing is not enough. Hoping is not enough. Discipline is the bridge between the dream in your head and the life you want to live. Without that bridge, you will stand on one side forever, staring at what could have been. With discipline, you cross over step by step until the life you imagine becomes the life you live. That is the difference between illusions and reality. Discipline. At the end of the day, everything comes down to one truth. Discipline is the foundation of greatness. Motivation will fade, excuses will tempt you, comfort will whisper lies, and pain will try to break you. But discipline stands tall when everything else falls. It is the voice that tells you to rise when your body begs for rest. It is the shield that protects your dreams from becoming illusions. Every small discipline choice is a brick, and brick by brick you build a fortress of strength that no struggle can tear down. Discipline transforms pain into power, turns every setback into fuel, and carves success out of struggle. Without it, life is wasted in daydreams. With it, life becomes a masterpiece of action, growth, and victory. You will never regret the pain of discipline, but you will spend your whole life haunted by the pain of regret if you refuse it. The world doesn't reward wishes, it rewards work. It rewards those who rise, those who persist, those who refuse to quit. So discipline yourself. Master your habits. Conquer your weaknesses, because once you do, nothing and no one will ever be able to stop you.